Morning everyone, welcome to St Mary's Churchyard. Lovely summery day. I hope you like the pink flowers as a backdrop, but a long way from the rather bizarre story that I'm going to be talking about now, which is tomorrow's Gospel reading, the story of the Gerasene demoniac from Luke chapter 8. This is a story about a deeply disturbed man who in the story is possessed by myriads of demons, and Jesus encounters him on the shores of Lake Galilee. Don't quite know why he's gone to that side, which is largely Gentile territory, non-Jewish territory. We don't exactly know where Gerasene or Gergesenes, it's spelt different ways in different Gospels, actually is, which adds to the mystery of the story. But this is a deeply disturbed man who is, in the story, possessed by a myriad of demons. In fact, when Jesus asked him his name, and whenever you ask someone their name in the Bible, you're having power over them because there was power in knowing somebody's name. He replies, "My name is Legion, for we are many." Now there's a political subtext to that, of course, because the area is sort of south and east of Lake Galilee. We now know as the Golan Heights, which of course is a disputed area and has been for many years, if not centuries. And the idea that this man was a legion and Jesus commands these demons to come out of him, and they come out and they beg him not to send them back to the abyss, the place where they come from, wherever that is. And so he allows them to go into a herd of nearby pigs who then rush off the edge of the Golan Heights and down into the water of the Lake Galilee where they're drowned. And that, of course, exactly what many Jews and others of that area wanted to do to their Roman oppressors. They wanted to drive all those legions into the sea. And a legion, it's worth remembering, is 6,000 people, so that's an awful lot of demons to have inside one man. But in doing so, Jesus shows his power over these vast spiritual forces, as in just the previous story, he shows his power over the storm at sea, where he calms the storm with a simple word. Now, we don't think of people being possessed by demons, though there are thousands and millions of people in other parts of the world who still have that mindset. It's a very difficult mindset for the modern mind to get its head around, and quite repellent, really, you might say, especially if you're a strong supporter of animal rights and don't like the idea of lots of pigs being drowned. And it's obvious it's a Gentile area, isn't it? Because no Jews would be herding pigs. But what's fascinating at the end of the story is that the man is now in his right mind. He's no longer naked and running around tombs, which is where he's been, in a kind of area where it's full of evil spirits anyway, or place of the dead, but clothed and in his right mind and sitting and talking with Jesus when other townsfolk come to find him, when the herdsmen who see what happens, the herdsmen of the pigs, that is, rush off and let people know. And what's fascinating is the response of the other people. Rather than being amazed at what this man can do, Jesus can do, they're terrified. They want him to go. They want him to leave. It's as if the man with the demons has infected him, or they're just afraid of that kind of power. And the most poignant moment is at the end of the story, because the man, now in his right mind, begs Jesus to let him go with him. But this is one of the people that Jesus does not say to follow me. He tells him to go back and tell everyone what God has done for you, he says. And tellingly, Luke, in the last line of the story, then says the man went back to his own place and told everyone what Jesus had done for him. And he leaves us to make the link between Jesus saying what God has done for you and the man saying what Jesus has done for you. Now, healing people who are deeply distressed isn't done usually by a simple word or command. And mental illness, mental ill health, is still something that strikes fear in many people. Even today, as someone who was an ex-mental health worker, I know something of that and what it's about. But of course, the pandemic has caused a great deal of mental distress, and we're still working through the ramifications of that. Perhaps this story enables us to see how what we fear needs to be faced, needs to be named before it can be healed.